Yeah, I mean, for sure he's been playing at such a high level, and but I think Gary has been practicing well. I think he's got a much better idea of what we're doing, at both ends of the floor, and he's more than capable of going out and playing really well.
At what stretch, either yesterday or today, were you informed that Aaron's knee was bothering him?
No, I knew before shoot around, and then he did all the shoot around, and then it was a little bit after that he did some extra shooting and it tightened up. So I thought when shoot around ended, I thought he was fine. But again, I mean, you don't want guys, playing when, we need him, so there's no sense in doing something here where he's going to miss 4 or 5 games.
Will he have an MRI just as a precaution?
I don't think so. I mean, it's inflammation, and I don't think it's that significant.
Understandably so, you are missing a bullet in the chamber. But whenever I ran into Carmelo, Bazemore, and Ariza in Indianapolis, they looked a little bit distraught. McCollum's playing extra minutes, and there's no Dollar Dame. They're on a bit of a losing streak. Is there blood in the water with this team?
Well, I mean, the thing that's difficult, obviously, is that they're playing for their playoff lives, and they have guys who have been through it. So we're gonna get their best tonight. McCollum, Ariza. I mean, Trevor's got rings. Carmel. I mean, these guys are veteran guys who trying to hold the fort till they get Lillard back, and they've lost the first 2 games of the road trip, so we'll get their best.
If Aaron's minutes have creeped up in February, obviously he was playing well. I mean, has it been hard to take him off the floor as well as he's been playing?
I would say that all the starters' minutes have creeped up, and that's why we've been winning.
Yeah.
So
you have to.
we've been playing 9, and I think you see most teams at this time of year. The teams that are fighting for playoff spots are going to play. They're going to play less players or play their better players more minutes. So, usually, you're going to play better when that happens.
With Aaron being out, are you going to go to a 10-man, or are you going to stick to 9?
Stay with 9. Yeah, we'll try to stay with 9. Yeah, the James Ennis piece, it gives us flexibility because he can play. It makes us smaller at the 4, but we've functioned pretty well so far with him at the 4. Good.
Sir, how has Anthony been for you? Simon's a local Orlando kid.
He's been up and down. I think obviously this is the first year he's really gotten a chance to play, and he's our only guy who's played every game, and he's shown signs of the things that we thought he would be able to do. But as like most young players, he's had some ups and downs at both ends of the floor. So, but this has been a year for him to grow into a role and and continue growing.
Terry, how have you handled that as far as coaching his mental side?
Just coach him, talk to him, whether it's me or the assistant coaches. It's probably no different than any other player. Just make sure that we're talking to him and watching video with him, and that he's in a learning environment.
Coach, have you felt the need to encourage him at times? I mean, seen that you need.
Well, as a coach, you do that with usually young players. I mean, that's you want to encourage them, you want to correct them. It's just I don't think I would say I treat them any differently than any other young player.
Coach, speaking of metaphors, we know you're in the Western Conference, but if you were in the East, you'd be a 7th or 8th seed. You've lost 2 of the first 3 on the road, and no Damian Lillard. How do you keep them together to not lose faith?
We're in a playoff race, and we got a bunch of teams that are grouped together. We've got some home games. We got a schedule that we can pick up some wins, and it's always disappointing to lose games. It's we had a couple tough losses before the break, and that's just part of the season. But as long as you're in a fight, as long as you're in a playoff race, players have a lot of pride, and they're going to give whatever they can to stay in the fight.
We just found out Aaron Gordon is officially out. What changes when Gordon's not on the floor for them?
Well, they've, with Farouk out and now Gordon out and Isaac's out, it's they're a little thinner in the front line. I mean, he's a dynamic front court player and versatile. So, what he brings with his athleticism and at both ends of the floor, it just changes it. It'll be interesting, to be honest. It'll be interesting how Steve chooses to use his lineups. Whether he stays big, I would imagine there'll be some smaller lineups out there, more spacing of the court.
When Ariza gave Trey Young some old school, did that bring a smile to your face?
I was on the other side of the floor, so I couldn't exactly see what happened. I knew he was frustrated, but when I watched on video, it did, because his reaction was pretty quick when the ball went, as it was going between his legs and he realized what had happened, he was quick to react. So yeah, I thought it was amusing.
How has your team missed Farouk or overcome the fact that he wasn't there, wasn't recent?
Well, everybody, we had our team, but I can tell you what Farouk meant for us for the years that he was in Portland. He was our best defender, versatile. He developed into a very good three-point shooter. We had success with him and because of him. So he was a great teammate. He helped in the locker room. Good culture guy. So there were a lot of things that we miss about Farouk.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Coach.